order the Centerville Board of Education meeting for Monday, September 17th, 2018. Please call the roll.
Mr. Dahl.
Here.
Annie Sept.
Here.
Mr. Schroyer.
Here.
Megan Sparks.
Here.
And Dr. Rowe.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A motion for the approval of the agenda as presented. Moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl.
Yes.
Annie Sept.
Yes.
Mr. Schroyer.
Yes.
Megan Sparks.
Yes.
And Dr. Rowe.
Yes. Next, an honors. Subaru has come tonight to do a presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Rohr. We'd like to invite Brad Hamilton from Subaru here to make a presentation, and we'd like to have our librarian, Christy Sanderman, come up to the podium as well. So, Brad, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, Subaru does something a little bit different than most manufacturers. Love makes a Subaru a Subaru.
That was good.
So our marketing goes toward pets and safety and love and caring. So we give every season to something. And this time of year we do Subaru Loves Learning. So we made a donation of 150 books. I hope you guys can use them well. Tons of pens, tons of notebooks. A bunch of our customers came out and really gave, a bunch of our employees gave. It was really beautiful to watch. We're going to continue to do this. We jump schools from time to time, but being that we're in Centerville, we're probably going to stick with you guys for a while. It just means a lot to be hometown proud. So, with that said, have gifts. Who knows what bagoo is? Ladies? No? Yeah, okay. So I have a bag for everyone. I believe, please catch, I'm not the greatest quarterback in the world, which is why I didn't play at Centerville. I'm a Kettering kid, sorry. So these are great beach bags. Use them this year, they're wonderful. Okay.
Thank you very much.
My absolute pleasure. Got one left. Did I miss one? My pleasure. All right. Does anybody in here own a Subaru?
I will.
Our Board of Ed rep Julia owns a Subaru.
Do you?
I don't own it personally.
Family, it's family over there.
You know? Has anybody ever been to my dealership and saw me or met me or my buddy Tyrone over here?
I did.
I did. Sure.
I used to sell oil to you.
So we really want to focus this on safety. These cars are the safest things out there. They really are. So yeah, marketing ploy, but they are really safe, and I'm proud to donate. So everybody saw this Yeti cooler, right? This is a $300 Yeti cooler. Happens to say Subaru front. First person who can tell me what makes a Subaru gets it.
No. All right, wow.
Congrats.
Thank you. Just listen, people.
Right.
No, I'm
Awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
I just want to say
Thank you.
very much on behalf of the library. It's very hard to constantly update science books. This is a really great addition to our middle school and high school library. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All righty, next. Ready? All right. Next on the agenda, Board of Education reports. Legislative report. I understand there's Nothing to report, which is sometimes the best news that can come out of the legislature. Student board report, reps. We'll show.
Hello everybody, I'm Julia Lokai and I'm a senior, and we are the student reps for the Board of Education. One thing that we've done recently is a voter registration booth. Last week we had a booth for 2 days during lunch. It wasn't terribly successful, but we're planning on going to senior advisories where there are more eligible students to register.
So one of the things we talked about last month was our school-wide survey. So we finally got them organized into 2 binders with tabs and dividers, and we just got it organized. So then we met with Mr. Carroll to go over them. We want to shout him out and give a huge thanks for doing that with us. So Ben's going to talk about the rest of the stuff.
Okay, so after reviewing and analyzing a lot of the documents, I think it's important that we give students kind of a response because they took the time out their advisory when they could be doing things like homework to actually give us valid advice on how the school works and how the school as a total can improve. So we kind of want to close that loop and tell them what we're doing to improve any of those issues. The meeting, I think, overall was very enlightening, and we got more of a look into how students are processing things like school safety, how they're personally struggling with mental health, or how they think that the community overall in Centerville High School can benefit from additional mental health support and kind of the issues that they see around them in regards to mental health.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Thank you. Before we jump on to the next thing, just quick. Just want to thank everyone that's involved in the Safe Schools Gun Lock program. We kicked it off at the Centerville game a week and a half ago. Great response, great turnout, all positive. Thanks to all the public entities involved, the schools, obviously, the libraries, the police departments, the sheriff's office, the city council, and the trustees. So thanks to everyone involved. We're going to have continuing, ongoing stuff about the gun lock safety program, the school safety program. So again, thank you everyone. One more PSA. We had our first positive influenza test today at our office, so everyone get your flu shots. It's coming. Next, hearing of the public. This is a time where if anyone would like to come to the lectern, state their name, address, and actually we're not going to do address anymore, so state your name. But if you'd like to have any comments, concerns, or questions about what's on the agenda, seeing no one running up to the lectern tonight, we'll move on to the treasurer's reports.
Good evening. This is the treasurer's report and update for items on the agenda for approval. The budget and forecast for 2018-19 is on the agenda for approval this evening. The 5-year forecast must be approved prior to November 30th, 2018. Once the board approves the forecast, it will be made available on the school district website and on the Ohio Department of Education website. Medical insurance claims increases are causing a significant change to the budget this year. Claims increased 11.1% from January through June 2018. The 5-year forecast on the agenda for approval this evening projects a 12.7% increase from January through June 2019 and a 20% increase for calendar year 2019. The board pays 85% of the medical insurance cost and employees pay 15% of the cost. Last month I shared information and a chart that showed we received the lowest state revenue per student in Montgomery County for the 2017-18 school year. This chart shows that we also have the 3rd lowest tax rate in Montgomery County at 45 mils. Oakwood has the highest effective rate in the county at 67 mils. The only reason this low millage rate kind of works for us is because the excellent value properties have maintained in our community. In basic terms, our local funding is derived from this low millage rate multiplied by our excellent values placed on our properties by the county auditor. I can't resist showing this repeat slide from last month. Not only do we have the lowest tax rates, we had the lowest state revenue per student in Montgomery County for 2017-18. We only received $1,799 per student from the state, and Trotwood received the highest amount in the county at $8,509 per student. State revenue only makes up 14% of our general fund revenue. I might add the charter schools column generated $690,000 for them and is taken directly from our state funding as a deduction. To summarize the 2018-19 budget and 5-year forecast, we have the third lowest tax rate in Montgomery County, and we received the lowest per student state revenue support. We are expecting a 20% increase to our self-funded medical insurance cost, and our expenses will exceed revenue in the 2018-19 school year, eroding our cash reserves. The last item I have on the agenda this evening is the required annual resolution accepting tax amounts and rates from the county auditor. The resolution shows the full 77.16 millage rate. Unfortunately, the passage of House Bill 920 in 1976 has eroded the millage to 45 mils as shown in the previous chart. This is the reason we have to go back to the voters on a regular basis asking for your support for new levies. This concludes my report this evening unless there are any additional questions from the Board of Education.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you.
Next, Treasurer's recommendations. Consider approving the August 2018 financial statements, the monthly financial report, fund activity report, appropriations, general funding spending report, general fund summary comparison. Purchase orders included in statement number 7, approved by administration, quote, then and now, certified by the treasurer and supported by the board resolution totaling $83,760.74.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rower?
Yes. Next, consider approving the minutes of the following Board of Education meeting, August 27, 2018, our regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rower?
Yes. Next, consider adopting FY 2018 appropriations by fund. General fund, $107,393,067. Supplemental appropriations, $37,248,407. For a grand total, all appropriations, $144,641,474.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rower?
Yes. Next, consider approving the general fund 5-year forecast and assumptions for the submission to the Ohio Department of Education.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rower?
Yes. And again, these are all things we have talked about, discussed, and reviewed in our work sessions. So even though we're going through this rather quickly, we've had extensive discussions on these numbers. Next, consider approving a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rower?
Yes, thank you. Next, the superintendent's recommendations. Superintendent recommends accepting resignations as listed on Schedule A, recommends the employment, change of employment status, or change of contract status for the certificated persons listed on Schedule B for the salaries, programs, and on the effective dates given. Superintendent recommends the employment or change of employment status for the support staff persons listed on Schedule C for the salaries, programs, and on the effective dates given. Superintendent recommends the employment of the persons listed on Schedule D and P1 for supplemental contracts or extra duty assignments. Superintendent recommends the granting of leaves of absence for the persons listed on Schedule E for the reasons and on the dates given.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
Yes. Superintendent recommends the employment, change of employment status, or change of contract status for the certificated persons listed on Schedule B1 for the salaries, programs, and on the effective dates given.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Abstain.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
Yes. Next, superintendent recommends the employment for the persons listed on Schedule D2 for supplemental contracts or extra duty assignments.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Abstain.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
Yes. Consider the following transportation items. The acceptance of transportation responsibilities for the 2018-19 school year from the school districts and for the students listed. The release of transportation responsibilities for the 2018-19 school year for the students and to the school districts listed.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
Yes. Next, consider approving transportation contract with Senior Assistance, Inc. for the 2018-19 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
And a motion for adjournment, please.
You got it. Second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
Yes. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy your Gettys.